Hey guys, what's cracking? Godsman here. I'm finally back. So, for those of you who've been keeping track of this watch along series, you'll know that I'm a couple lates to this. Had a family trip out of state and enjoyed it a lot. But I'm also really happy to be back here to react to this episode. And of course, who else but my fellow compatriot in reactions, my boy Nabs. How's it hanging?
Time is an illusion.
Wow. Words of the wise. Anyway, this ought to be a very hype episode, considering the past two were pretty hype and feel like they're going to just keep on getting better, along with the fact that we did get some pretty shaking reveals alongside the release of this episode, which I will not be bringing up just in case some of you are dedicating to following this. I don't want to spoil what that is, but let's just say something big's coming. But aside from that, I don't know what's going to happen. Oh boy, Dragontree. God, what a way to start.
Oh no, he's horny.
Uh-oh, on main. You know, kind of funny, we still haven't seen the Vanguard guy fight yet. You know, I would have expected that they go kind of in sequential order because the process of elimination, he's like the third place on the team, right? So you think it'd be like him, then Donji, or I'm sorry, Peach Mountain, then finally Sophie Bell. But nah, they just went second, first, and then third. Well, presumably third. Yeah. And God, this animation, it's kind of funny. Watching Will Dress ironically makes the OG Vanguard series a little bit hard to watch. Just because, man, we have really stepped up our game. So, like,
It makes V even worse to watch.
V, yeah. Like, V looks pretty good, and that's literally it. That's all it's got. And because of Will Dress looks good, just, yeah, that's a redundant term. God. Literally everyone's trying to beat up Dragontree, dude. Oh. And then they showed Donji and Michiru at the end there for some reason. I don't know. Freaking. You know, I was considering getting this deck, not like IRL, but at least like trying to build it on Untap or something, because I don't know, Kaguya's a pretty good romance anime. Freaking.
Feeling sweet.
Weakness is a crime.
It's a sin.
Keep up the good work. Yeah, of course he is. He just got a really kick-ass promo for his deck. Yeah, that succubus. Oh man, all you draw jewel players know, man, that succubus is pretty nice.
No CB, no problem.
He usually come along for the ride. Okay, so there's a pretty big bromance going on here. I swear, dude, Donji just like really bromances like several people. It isn't even just Michiru. Michiru's like the third. We have Yu and Toya sitting over there.
Bro, he even turned Megumi into a bro.
Legit, yeah. You know, Megumi, like, as a more tomboyish thing, he's like, you know what? I can hit that. But when she's like looking all preppy and feminine, he's like, where's Yu?
Bro, then Gloria Maggie is so stupid.
Look, speaking of which, there she is, right here.
You see, that's such a stupid name.
Meg Gloria.
Gloria Meg.
Why Gloria? Like, I remember the explanation, but still, it's kind of whatever.
Bro, the Yuri energy is so strong.
Jesus. This is literally everyone crowding around Magnolia post inlet like unchoice restrict. They're like Magnolia's like, ooh, we want to play with you again.
Bro, the fact that they got also another card that lets them draw is so fucking good.
Yeah, and they also got Winnie the Pooh. That thing's a great beater for them. Like Magnolia eats pretty well, man. The only thing that I lament about it is that it doesn't feel that unique, you know? Like, it basically uses Stoicheia toolbox stuff like the revival and the orders. It does multi-attack and then fill in the blank.
It's the most Magnolia deck. It's the most Stoicheia deck of Stoicheia, was what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, she ruined. No, they're gonna ruin her. They're gonna
With being
ruin
an
her.
imposter. Bro, lady literally gonna be an imposter, according to like the comments.
Isn't it funny how Bushiroad like does the opposite of what people want, but also what they want? Like gradual. We have CB problems. Help! Oh, well, here's a restander that doesn't use CB.
It's like, you know what? Sure, yeah. Like, I honestly, I'll take it because I subbed out a CB card for it, so I have less CB issues because there's less things to dedicate CB to. Besides, you know, if you want 5 attacks, like it was 2 CB, but now it's just 1 CB. Like it's not bad. I get it.
Bushiroad, we need to ban Overtriggers from premium. Please help. PGG Guardians.
We'll also give you Elementaria Sanctitude, because why not?
Oh god, that thing. Sheesh.
Oh yo, Michiru. Oh, that's Jinki's VA. Thanks for coming to see me. There is a very conspicuous fight table, almost as if they would fight. Not here to become friends with you.
So edgy.
Watch Michiru use this like soul-looking thing, be like, "You have an evil soul," or "You have no soul at all." Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So not even gonna really pretend like I'm all that surprised, considering we got his cards revealed.
He has the uniformer sleeve.
God.
Oh god.
I hate to see Drawjul taking an L, but I'm feeling it. 5 cards in your right deck. Special, you say? That's not even a euphemism. Yeah, it's the most unique deck in Standard.
So yeah, David can finally rest now.
Yeah, it don't need nations. I want to see, do you actually discard? Yeah, you don't discard. So like your form of advantage here is to keep your cards, which I'm fine. God, you know, this is kind of sudden. Is it just me? They're just like, all right, let's fight. Oh, he's got 2 souls in him. Ooh, interesting.
Okay, so it's the... So he's also possessed, like Takuto was possessed by the void.
So kind of a... Maybe it's a diff ride sort of thing. Perhaps our new Gize is using
It's probably the same thing with Takuto. You know how he got possessed by the void?
Yeah, I mean, you could take it that way too. Although he was like sort of reversed as well. I don't know. It's like, This could just be like similar to both cases, but not quite.
In V, he was possessed by the planet Brand.
V? Ah, whatever. I don't want to quote V for anything. Not even for Shinamon. Ill Omen Transmit. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. It's a seed. it's gonna fall to the planet, and then it's gonna grow into the Dragontree. Oh! So, okay, Dragontree's an alien.
Thanks, Josh, for that clarification. I
Wow.
couldn't put 2 and 2 together.
Look, you can see the statistics and the, what do they call it? Not the arithmetic, or I guess algebra you'd call it. The calculus in my head. Okay. He's really building that up. Put something in a soul. I'll give them props. They did something very creative here. I like the fact that it gains 2k for each one, so it very conveniently matches up with what grade power line would be. That's right, he likes it because he enjoys it. Okay. Coming of Demise. I want to see this animation. Right there.
It's just another day of Kamen Rider.
Why did it have to be grade 10? Seems a little excessive, you know? That's just to me, though.
I mean, that is the point, isn't it?
Are G units back too? Yes. They are. God, I hate the second standard.
Original voice actor?
I didn't quite catch it. I mean, it could have been. Oh, man. God, Crunch. Anyway, I'm not even gonna... I'm not gonna talk about that. Sorry, guys. Long day. Just came back from a trip.
Nah, bro, you tripping.
Nah, but this Dragontree looks pretty awesome. Okay.
Hey, it's Shinemon's voice actor. Sorry,
yeah,
you have to be in
he does it for a lot of stuff. He's also the voiceover for like the Clan Collection stuff. And of course, we're gonna put him in the front rows, right? Yep, makes sense.
What?
Pandemonium Tactics. Why all the soul, man? I guess he's gonna be soul blasting a bunch. That's a lot of power. I've heard some people, well, not some people, I've heard a couple people call it, this deck, a ticking time bomb, and I kind of agree, just the way it plays. It's like impending doom, but you've got time, but you know it's coming. I'm trying to be as vague as possible with what's gonna happen here, because, man, I don't want to spoil stuff, but yeah, this is cool. It is a great unit. Bro, I'm hella playing this, but by the way, Nabs, would you want to be the recipient of this thing's wrath? Because you know I gotta build a deck with this.
Josh? No.
Do you want a mirror match? I'll mirror.
Josh?
What?
No.
Nah.
No.
What? You choose to care for yourself now? You never cared for yourself before. Why now?
Because if I'm gonna have to die, I want an instant death, not suffering.
Oh, but I love it when they suffer. Okay. You know, so kind of similar to Raika, he's playing pretty correctly here. Calling the brainwashes, then using draw jewel skill. He's getting a bunch of power here. That's cool.
But that's like basic. You know,
It is basic. But you know what else is basic? Go Tempest and Gust, but Raika barely started doing that. Matsuovara.
Oh,
You still use Matsuovara?
Look, he didn't have Tempest, alright?
Wait, you mean to tell me in a tournament setting, he switched out his deck? Like
No, he didn't draw into the Tempest, is what I'm saying. Until his Toya fight.
Look, I'm just saying. To quote Raika, it's deck composition. He built it that way. I think he built it such that he would see something when he needs it. Anyway, this is a dumb argument.
He also built it to bend towards Bushiro's will.
An intercept, okay. Overtrigger. Okay, good. You know, I've debated. I've settled on Rainbow for now with this deck. Anyone who's seen my deck profile will know. But you know, man, if I had to pick like a combination of heals, crits, and something else, I'd pick the fronts. I like fronts in this deck too much. Too rude not to give my... Okay, he's spouting bull crap like usual. Right? God, persona writing on this thing is just so excessive.
Dragontree Wretch.
That's the Dark States one, yeah. I think he Soul Blast 2 to call something? Yeah, that is what he does. Okay, cool, I remember. Whoa. Whoa. Damn, bro. He just ammoned him.
This card got revealed with the Dragontree card.
It did? Oh, okay. Yeah, that is pretty good. Wow. That's another one. God. Considering everything that's happened so far, I can just tell how slow this is, but he's got good stuff in the meantime. I think the real weakness of this deck, if you were to describe a weakness, I'll bring up later, but not right now.
It's just slow, isn't it?
It's slow, but there's another weakness I'll talk about when he reveals the payoff, because presumably he's going to do it. He's going to hit the win con. Okay. He's essentially wiped out his field. That's good. Yeah, he is trying to buy time. You should be really concerned about that, dude. Nah.
Oh fuck, I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, it plays a couple times. I think the time I like it best is when he like completely wipes out Megami. Yeah, I know he plays during that fight. I think he played a different one as well.
Okay, that looks pretty as well.
Oh my god, yeah, he's got the draw jewel back there again. Man, I love this deck. It's so cool. It's probably my favorite Dark States deck. Like, even above Greedon these days. Stand Rock Arguers with their skills, okay. Okay. No,
foreshadowing.
Yeah, you could see it too, huh? Draw trigger, cool. English, exciting. Oh. Whoa, new OST. Oh, that's an act skill. Ooh, almost there. Okay. Gunguram.
Oh no, damage denying. Not the damage denying.
Now he can't restand. Yeah, that's pretty important.
I mean, he doesn't have CB anyway.
Yeah, it's been reviewed. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have the restand because he doesn't have CB. I knew that you would know. What a line. Okay.
Best boy.
One more point. It is cool to see like the sort of edgy kind of decks try to avert catastrophe. You know, like how Shadow Paladins usually try to avert it before Royals or Golds bail them out. Or hell, even GX. I remember Exodia trying to like get released, and it was Destiny Heroes trying to stop that. I mean, they fail, but you know, it's kind of cool to think they're trying to stop Destiny. There's something similar going on here. He couldn't do... God. Alright.
The beginning of the end is here.
I wish we could fight forever, but I hit my win con. This is gonna be... You know, the one thing I lament recording fights for this is that if everything goes well, it's gonna take forever.
Third one.
Another marker, okay.
Well, you don't even need that one.
Yeah, considering the effect, why? That's. I mean, I guess it's just because he has room for it all, so, okay.
Oh no, the foreshadowing.
No. You're done. I like the OST playing here. It's so cool. It's climactic and foreboding. Overtrigger! Yeah, baby!
Gets automatically over-triggered.
Yeah, he's got 3 damage on you. Oh. And he's hype. He's like, bro. I'm starting to feel like Michiru might play this at some point. Honestly, I'm right there with him. Oh, God.
You're still Galer. Not even a gradual. Disrespectful.
Damn. Michiru, the champ, gets wiped again. And indeed, it is again due to Overtrigger. Although, this one will give it a pass on because he's been holding on to that thing for 7 turns.
Doesn't even need a heart attack to do it this time. You're going to do me a favor. Oh, so I guess this is the part in the trailer where they see Michiru like all fucked up in a chair. Like in a vegetative state. Yeah, I guess this is the part.
What's happening here? Man, I've got so many questions. That's one of them. The ultimate fighter.
Limit break.
Limit to break.
Limit to
Is this
break.
the end of the episode? Huh.
Did they seriously do it twice? What the heck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the fight. So, yeah, this is the part where I bring up what I was talking about before, which is one of the biggest weaknesses of, like, funnily enough, about this deck is not even the fact that you have to wait 6-ish turns in order to hit your OT. It's the fact that you don't have any possibility of hitting your OT until that point. So your OT is never going to be able to bail you out in the meantime. You know, that's kind of funny to think about. It's going to also make guarding against the deck kind of nice because it's like, oh, well, I know you're not going to hit your OT. It's in your freaking right deck.
You were supposed to destroy the competitive players, not join them.
You know, the thing about like the OT as well, it's kind of funny because you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, F you, OT staying in standard, but that was probably going to always be the case for the most part. I don't mind that because this doesn't like abuse the OT because you have to wait so long for it. If anything, it makes it interesting in the deck building space, but deck building space is also somewhat limiting now because you have to plan your generic support around Dragontree. And because Dragontree is nationless, you can play it in any nation. This goes for every nation. This isn't even like, to give another example of recent times, the Gastille Stride. At least the Gastille Stride, you just had to limit what you were giving to the Dark Regulars as a design space until they banned it. But with here, it's literally everything you have to be careful of. Have you thought of anything, Nabs, to do to exploit it? Because right now I'm trying to look at Dragon Empire.
Yeah, I'm looking at Dragon Empire as well. I was just about to say, just use Dragon Empire for the ultimate stall strategy.
Yeah, just like it has inherently synergistic control-based cards. On top of that, the Overtrigger is really strong because what do you know? Restanding the Vanguard is pretty crackety-dackety. And if that wasn't enough on top of that, the fact that this thing's a grade 10 means, and a commenter actually replied to my post telling me this, I'm like, oh boy, no kidding. Esperidea can work with it, so you just literally place it and then get a restander with it. That's pretty cool. This deck has a lot of directions it could go. Another thing I was wondering, potentially, like, I wish Keter would be better with it because on one hand, it's like, yeah, you get a lot of advantage stuff and that's cool, but it also feels somewhat win more because its particular OT is, well, just drive check more. It's like, I mean, that's kind of good. I mean, any OT is good at all, so I guess it's pretty whatever. Stoicheia might be potential. It's just, there's a lot of ways to take it, but what a fascinating ass deck. And also the plot here is kind of heating up. Not gonna lie, I'm a little surprised with how brief it felt because it was literally just the fight, but that's fine. You know, we're here for the fights and the characters, and you got a fair bit of both, even if it is a bit one note.
Dude, no kidding. The other, I just realized why he placed the other Dragontree marker is because of Grief Fogalia gets another 5k. Not that it matters actually, because he
hit the Overtrigger, put it on it. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah. But you know, like fighting the other like the other nations, you have a chance. You have somewhat of a chance. But Brandgate, nah, you just die.
Brant, if they hit the Brant over, I like how it is somewhat held back by the fact that Brant is so involved with orders, and this doesn't really like do too much to synergize with that. Because like the generic support for Brant doesn't feel like it's going to be all that helpful here. Like you could probably get some stuff going, like Combine Rusher, perhaps. Bulbamine could be good, you know, just stuff like that. But it's like, it's, you know, it's okay. But yeah, if you hit that Overtrigger, you're finished.
Dark Knight. Yeah, they can use the world orders. Also, the Brandgate Dragontree is so good.
Yeah, that Brandgate Dragontree is just, it just has staple written all over. I really like the Dragontree a lot. Also, I do have some thoughts about the Dark States one that was used here because I think the Dark States one has some potential depending on the deck. Like, for instance, I wonder if Barrow Magnus would be able to use it pretty well because it might be able to, as long as you're doing pretty good with your soul. That would be a good one.
Soul Church is Soul Church one in call. Lukier could also use it, which is really nice.
Right. If you have some overage, even Draw Jewel might be able to retrieve some pieces, but because of the Succubus, it feels like the Succubus kind of does that job already.
I guess the not just now let's talk about clean sweep, right? That is the double R persona, right? Everything.
Right.
And it seems that every nation got one, and the Keter Sanctuary one in particular has the same sort of skill with clean sweep, but it's a column wipe.
That, Yeah, that does call things into question too about those persona ride ones, and I do appreciate that you not only get incentivized for persona ride, but the fact that the Dragontree has a persona ride in the first place, because
Mm-hmm.
it means that you're okay with running 4 copies in the deck, you know, instead of just one and hoping you don't draw into the mother effort. Yeah, and I guess it also becomes kind of weird because if I see like 2 personas in the hand, I might like in my starting hand, I might throw one back in just to ensure in case, you know, bad luck happens. I have at least one in the deck, you know, just chill out there. Don't come into my hand. Not yet, anyway. Anyway, we've been rambling on and on. This is a pretty good episode. Like the fight, the intrigue here is pretty good. The new units are just chef's kiss. I want to experiment with them so much. Could be a little bit concerning in the future, but right now it seems like a fun ass deck to play. Any closing remarks, Senor Nabs?
Let's watch the after credits.
The after credits. I see what we got here. Oh yeah, sure. Dragontree of Ecliptic Decimation Grafakida. The fact that it's grade 10 is so abusable. Freaking Valkyrian with this.
Causing it to overtrigger.
To overtrigger. I overtrigger as
No
well.
loose intended.
Damn, yoki doki. Okay, so now we're gonna get our Toya fight. So that's good. We were a little bit episode off from it, but that's still pretty cool that we're gonna be able to see it.
Yeah,
so
bro
that's
was
coming next
sweating,
time.
though.
Yeah, bro
Bro
better
was
be sweating.
sweating.
Bastion hits hard.
Hard.
Yeah,
It's
hard.
very, very hard.
I don't even know who's gonna win that fight. Like, it's kind of 50-50. Like, if you know what, comment section, make a bet. Let me know, who do you think's gonna win? Senor Blue Deathster Man or Toya? I'm going to personally bet that. What's your bet, Nat?
I'm gonna make a bet. I'm gonna make a bet that if he's black, his win streak is whack.
So does that mean you're betting Toya?
I am betting Toya.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll be Mr. Contrarian and bet Mr. Avant-Garde Man himself. See if he can.
Just know, if he's black, his win streak is whack. Bushiroad probably said that.
Bro, insulting.
Like, I expect Toya to win, but I'm hoping that Dexter actually wins.
So, but yeah, I guess your bet is based on what you expect to happen rather than you want to happen. Yeah, I personally want Toya to win, funnily enough, but I expect the Blue Deathster to win. So, we're kind of in the opposite here. Let's see what's up. In comments, let me know. What do you guys think? So, that's our bet right now. As a matter of fact, just for the fun of it, I'm going to make a poll about it and see who people think's gonna win in the next episode, and we'll see who's right and who's wrong. Might throw in a wager with Senor Nabskun here afterwards. I think I just gave you 2 honorifics, but that's besides the point. If you did like this episode, I got plenty of others down below, including the first 2 of Will Dress Season 2, along with a couple for Overdress, which may or may not get continued at some point. Bro's kind of whack. But that aside, you can also check out my cheer list, discussion videos, fight nights, the whole shebang. And potentially leave a subscribe and turn that notification bell while you're there for the next time that I upload a video. And with that, take care. God bless.